Uninterrupted Media presents, in conjunction with LSUODYSSEY.COM, we present LSU Odyssey Oddcasts. With your host, Blind Phillips Sullivan. Let's go. What is up, everybody? It's Alabama week, and you know, there's been a zap of energy. There's been a zap of enthusiasm for our Tigers. There's been a zap of it just seems like it is the last 2 years, as we wrote in our LSU versus the World LSU Alabama preview article today. Really liking this piece. Just the flow of it. It was very, we really had fun writing this thing, and we hope you have fun reading it, because it's basically a call to arms for LSU, players, fans, everybody, to remember that just because the season is under a rock, everything's going down bad, doesn't mean that there aren't still people watching LSU and wanting us to succeed, or wanting to potentially join LSU in the future, and us, embarrassing ourselves again against the premier college football team in America, against the premier coach in America, who left our university to go start this dynasty, like that. We cannot let Nick Saban do that to us, and then just have only 2019 to show for it. LSU have lost some close heartbreakers to Nick Saban from, the 2015, 2016, 2017 era, where some of those games felt like it was LSU was one horrible refereeing call away from winning that game, or LSU was just one play away. There's the overtime game. There's all sorts of there's just so many great moments in this rivalry's history, and I feel like the sophomores and freshmen at LSU have barely even been able to experience it. Probably not even. And it's something that will make a kid transfer. Those Saturday nights playing against the best teams in America. And if you're not even able to do it because of all these transfers and opt-outs, all this blah, 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 and you're sitting there on the sideline, and you're not going to get a game right now, then there's going to be, you're probably going to walk out that door, because you're going to think, if I can't get a game now for LSU, when am I going to? When Ricks and Butte and all these guys come back next year? No. So, there's a lot of there's so many things going into this game that I feel like are not really being talked about, that are going to have a huge effect on LSU's future. This game has a huge importance. I feel like if LSU treated this game, win or lose, I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck about LSU losing this game. It's not about losing. It's not about even winning this game. Like, a win would be, of course, the greatest thing ever. It would be amazing. Probably not going to happen. But even just going out there, showing some toughness, kicking some ass, taking Bama, down a peg. They already got one loss. Maybe if you can, beat them up a bit, that's going to be fantastic for LSU's future. Everybody knows what LSU are dealing with going into this game. A head coach who doesn't give a shit, losing about 6-7 plus All-American level players, all gone for the season. So much freshman and sophomore depth just gone. Juniors who've been anonymous. It feels like only Ty Davis Price has really stood up for that junior class. Cordell Flott as well on the defensive side. But as far as offensive side of the ball, it feels like only one true junior has shown out this year, and that's Ty. And he's having to really earn every yard himself outside of that Florida game. But this is a game where there's so much going into it. Everybody feels for LSU. But there's a lot of people who want LSU to pay, to go down hard, to really suffer in this situation. There's people who want to see LSU brought to their knees against Nick Saban. There's people who want to see LSU embarrassed here. Okay? It is LSU's ultimate responsibility to prevent that from happening. It is every LSU Tiger's responsibility out there to prevent that from happening. If they want certain 5-star, 4-star talents to be coming and playing with them next year, maybe this game decides that choice of where they're going. Maybe this game is what picks their school for them. Maybe it is. That's how many layers are going into this game. You got the coaching layers. You've got all these player layers where you got these guys who are they going to come back next year? You've got guys, are they going to commit? Are they going to stay committed? All of this going on. Really what you got to focus on is just, for me, I'm going to ignore everything else. Everything else, most of it is out of everybody's control except for Scott Woodward. And even Scott Woodward doesn't control every facet of this situation. But you've really got to just focus on the team right now. The guys who are there. Not who isn't there, not who could be, not who's coming in, who's there. And keeping hold of who's there. That's why this game and playing freshmen, playing these guys you're not worried about losing their redshirt status, so it's okay. You can play them those last few games. A game against Alabama is a great way to get some experience. I'll tell you that. It's quite obvious. Seeing Matthew Langlois, it's not the best debut. You'd like to have a game against ULM or CMU or somebody like that before having to play Alabama in your first game. But hey, Sage Ryan came out. Florida was his first opponent, and he showed out. So LSU Tigers, it doesn't matter when your name is called. It's just if your name is called, there's going to be guys who, a lot of you might not even know some of these guys. Do you know who Nick Demas is? Linebacker, running back, walk-on, who now has been given a scholarship at LSU. Exactly. He's had to play running back because of all the injuries this year and all the unavailability of running backs. So you got guys like Nick Demas. I don't expect him to get too many reps, but he might. At linebacker, who I do expect to get reps, is Greg Penn III out of DeMatha in Maryland. This dude is an absolute freak. I really, really, really love what he offers LSU. I think he's still extremely raw, just like Navontek Bug Strong was. That's the thing, is Bug Strong was just fine. Made some mistakes, just like any freshman's going to do. And then he made some plays, had a sack, but all in all, you're not going to see the finished article. It's only 1 year, only one season in the SEC at linebacker. You're not going to see it unless the dude's first round automatic draft material. Which even then, the Devin Whites, Patrick Queens, Those guys weren't the finished article in their freshman year either. Linebacker is an especially tough position to adapt to at this SEC level. But Greg Penn III, I think this is a game for him. Coach O has already talked about him getting reps in this game. Is that the kiss of death, though? When Coach O says you're going to get reps, is that the kiss of death? When Coach O says you're getting reps, that it means you don't play at all? Because that's what's happened most of the season to Sage Ryan, but, you know, not gonna go too much into that, but it's just a little ridiculous. There's other guys. Savion Jones, can he get some reps in this game? He's a freshman. He's had a few quarterback hits, some pressures in limited reps against McNeese State. Phillip Webb had a few pressures, had a quarterback hit. Rivers, calm down. And against, I think it was McNeese State as well, who didn't get a quarterback hit on Chase Orgeron in that game. Or was it it's Cody Orgeron. Sorry, not bad. Not Chase. But, you know, there's so many guys on this team who are great candidates to play this game. But a lot of them aren't household names. People aren't going to know who they are or whether they're going to be good enough to play for LSU or, you know, or take down Alabama. Probably not. But there's guys all over the field who can contribute here. And we filled you in on some of them in our preview article earlier. And, yeah, I think you should definitely check out our preview article. Very in-depth. We're going to be talking a lot more about this game. But, yeah, we've got a special coaching update video coming just in a second as well. So hang tight with us here on LSUODYSSEY.com, baby. Thank you, and go Tigers.